You saw my thumbnail. Let's get into it. Let's get into the good side, the optimistic side, the bright side of Fantastic Four 2015. No one has denied that Fantastic Four had great casting. Though the cast was screwed over by the box office performance of Fantastic Four, I still think they did an okay job. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. It was very subpar. I like the actors in this movie a lot, especially Miles Teller and MBJ. Michael B. Jordan, I absolutely loved. I loved how they made Miles Teller kind of this cutesy nerd. I could get why Kate Mara was into that. He was cute. You know, he wasn't like Top Gun Maverick cute, but he was a cutie. So they put MBJ in a part I thought he excelled in. He's this typical rebellious character and also made him a genius, not just some dumb guy. A little bit like for Chris Evans' portrayal, but absolutely thought that MBJ rocked it. In the beginning, it gave me Stranger Things vibes, but before Stranger Things was a thing. It also gave us an inside look into the Thing and Mr. Fantastic's relationship. It was like this cutesy best friend, super good friends, we're best friends forever. One's a tough guy, one's a smarty pants, really cool, contrasting relationship. Kind of reminded me of my friends back in high school. I was obviously the nerd. I didn't really have that many tough guy friends. I think this is me me reminiscing and thinking that I wish I would have had a tough guy friend. Someone let me know what these kids are on because they look middle-aged as high schoolers. I knew some people like that, that's for sure. Like in high school, they just had beards, were already like super hairy, getting wrinkles, stuff like that, but they look old. Except for MBJ. He will always look young to me. I'm kind of glad that the school is not ageist. I want to talk about Johnny Storm's racing thing. That little Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious scene that they did in the beginning. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me it wasn't cool. Don't tell me it wasn't cool because it was the dopest thing this movie did. Who doesn't love a good Fast and Furious racing scene? It gives me a little bit of nostalgia. It makes me feel like Johnny Storm's character was just top notch. Who doesn't love a good, Fast and Furious racing scene? It gives me a little bit of nostalgia. And it makes me feel like Johnny Storm's character was just top notch, like just too good to be in this movie. Because not only was he smart, he was cool because he did this whole racing thing. He was like smart but rebellious. He makes nerds look cool. It's representative of the nerds out there that are into nerdy things, like Henry Cavill. Like he can act and ride motorcycles and do stunts and stuff, but also huge nerd, totally into Warhammer, Elden Ring, video games, lots of nerd stuff. I am definitely nothing like Johnny Storm. I make these videos. Kind of really favor MBJ in this whole thing. He's like one of those like cool nerds in high school that thrived, but also excelled in his studies. He was partying, but he was like, I can party because I'm just that smart. He's the guy that just has it all. He has everything. Good looks. He's like Hobie. Like in the Across the Spider-Verse film. He's Han in Tokyo Drift. Has it all. Just dope. I also feel like Mr. Fantastic's powers are highlighted really well in that one scene when he actually goes up through the air duct. I think that's a testament to this movie on how well they represented Mr. Fantastic's powers exclusively. It's just never been exploited like that. You could see like his body contort and actually fit into the air duct, which I thought was cool. Well, I wonder what else he could do to stretch things. My last thing, this movie had a very interesting beginning, a very like on par first half, and then I don't know what happened. I was almost convinced this movie wasn't bad. And then the second half hit. But one thing I learned really from this movie, one of the great things I learned from this movie that has had a positive effect on me is that Johnny Storm. Just be like MBJ Johnny Storm and be smart, do some rebellious things, but in like this mindful, very demure way. Flame on, just be dope. That's it.